Hi, my name is Corina Wilkin, and I'm a registered nurse. I'm also a graduate student at McKendree University in Lebanon, Illinois, where I'm earning a master's degree in nursing administration. And this is Zeke, my handsome son, and he is available. His last name is DeVries, so if you look him up on social media, I would be happy to help screen future daughter-in-laws. So today what we're doing is we're going to be reviewing some best practices on interview techniques, and also we are going to look at some areas that we have to avoid because they're illegal. I said illegal, Zeke.
I like the legal things.
You can't like illegal things. Okay, so best
suggestions.
So best practices would include keeping your questions related to the job. So you're not asking your interviewee questions about, oh, so where do you shop and what do you do after work? Any of that. Your questions are based on what you expect from the job, based on the job description is the best way to say it. Also, I'm not a very good actor, so bear with me. Also, you want to use the same questions for each candidate. That helps you evaluate more objectively, and you're not just reacting according to how much you like somebody, because I really do like him.
Everybody does.
So also you want to make sure that your interview is in a private location. So yes, this is my office, it's private. And the other thing that we need to be sure of is that it's accessible to people with handicaps. I can't ask Zeke if he has any handicaps because that would be an illegal question. Also, you want to take notes for sure, because as your candidates come through the door, hopefully you have plenty of candidates to choose from. But you want to be able to make sure that you have something written down, because you know as well as I do, as busy as we are today, that we cannot possibly remember everything. And then always be prepared for the interview. And be prepared by reading your interviewee's resume and application. And the other thing that you have to do is you want this candidate. Obviously, you've already read this application and you're interested enough to sit down with this person. So you need to make a good impression as well. So that involves dressing appropriately and presenting the image of the organization, and also the image that you would hope that he would also present. So that would, include being dressed right and also be present in the interview. Don't run in the door all frazzled because somebody fell on the med-surg floor, or something terrible happened, or sit down and start shoveling food in your mouth because you're so hungry and I just can't eat and I'm sorry, I'm gonna eat while I interview you because I'm so busy.
You're telling me there's food?
So always prepare ahead of time. And then let's talk about some of the legal questions. Obviously, these are based on discrimination, and this is published by the Equal Opportunity Office. You cannot ask somebody about their age, their race, their ethnicity or color, gender, country of origin, birthplace, religion, disability, marital status, family status, whether they're pregnant.
I hope not.
Or whether they plan on becoming pregnant.
I also hope not.
So those questions are illegal and you can be sued if you ask them. So please stay away from that. Now, if while I'm interviewing Zeke, he tells me, I'm planning on getting pregnant in May, you cannot ask any more questions like, oh, that sounds nice, and move on. No talking about it, okay? Common biases are stereotyping based on age. Like for me, at this young age that I'm at, people of Zeke's age, I sometimes would pass over just because I would think maybe they don't have a good work ethic, or because they might be on their iPhone while they're supposed to be working. You know, those
Or
types.
taking an interview.
Or taping an interview for a job that he's going to leave me for. Or a girl. Oh, anyways, let's get back on task here. So no stereotyping based on those criteria we just talked about. Also, you don't want to necessarily just base your decision on first impressions. So Zeke is real charming, come in and just really charming, and his application looks fantastic. And I like him, and so I want to hire him. Well, I am going to go back and I am going to call every one of his references and see what they have to say about him, because we try to put our best foot forward when we're interviewing. Therefore, he might be elaborating, or as in my family, we call it Johnsonizing, because my maiden name was Johnson. So when we elaborate things, we Johnsonize things. So, on the other hand too, there's a halo effect, and that being like if Zeke told me he was a graduate of McKendree University, say, I would be super impressed, because I know that people who graduate from McKendree University are really smart.
Especially this one right here.
And I did not tell him to say that. And also they are very hard workers. So now on the other hand, if Zeke's application told me that he went to a college down the street where I know that all they do is take your money and print a degree, that would be, and I discounted him on that just because I have a negative opinion of that college, that would be the horn effect. So you want to avoid the halo and the horn effect. Also, always be consistent. You're going to be consistent and methodical. You're going to be writing notes from each of your interviewees, and that way you can look at your data later and in a more clear, and hopefully a clear time where you're not being influenced by emotion because you like this kid so much. So, also, don't spend a lot of time on nonverbals. Like Zeke, if you watch him, his nonverbals are he raises his eyebrows, and that's really cute, and it makes me feel like he's really paying attention to me. He also isn't very fidgety, but if somebody is fidgety or they have a facial tic like this, who knows, they might have Tourette's syndrome. You don't have to say anything about it, because that would be like a disability. And don't just hate somebody because they might have a facial tic. Now, if they do put their finger in their nose, that would probably be a deal breaker. That's a nonverbal that I wouldn't be able to overlook. No. Okay, so now we're going to get on with the interview. Hi, Zeke.
Hi.
So the first thing that you're going to do is you want to make your interviewee feel comfortable. So you can just start with some yes or no answers. Hi, Zeke, do you love your mom?
Yes, I do. She's the greatest in the world.
Really? Is she pretty?
Of course, and she's only like 35 years old. She's so young.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
That's
I feel
great.
so grateful to have a mother like that.
That is wonderful news. So Zeke, you came in to apply for this job today.
Yeah, I'm so happy I got a call back.
I'm happy too. I mean, we're interested in you. We wouldn't have called you. Obviously, everybody's busy, and we wouldn't have called you if we weren't already interested. So take that to help you settle down a little bit and answer.
Don't let it go to my head.
Don't let it go to your head. Okay, so can you tell me, why are you looking for another job?
I'm just not happy at my current job.
What are you unhappy about, Zeke?
Biggest thing I'm unhappy about is other people leaving without doing their job, so I have to do my work and their work on top of it. It kind of gets old. I'm looking for a better work environment where people get along, people actually do their jobs, and take pride in their work.
Okay. Sounds like you might take some pride in your work, though.
Oh, definitely.
Okay. So what do you like about your job?
I do really like the people I work with. It's a lot of fun. It's a good work environment when they do their job.
Uh-huh. So are you in a leadership position at your current job?
Not technically, but I feel like I do step above the regular crew members and put myself up there to try and make sure everything gets done correctly.
Okay. Can you tell me one time that you did go above and beyond at your job?
Well, let's see. Today I stayed 2 hours extra to pull all the weeds out of the drive-through to make sure it looks good for our inspection tomorrow.
That is really impressive. I'm impressed, but I'm not going to put a halo on his head yet because I know better. Because I
I
might
have one.
I might call his current boss and she will tell me, well, I asked him to pull the weeds before he left today and instead he left 15 minutes early. So you do have to verify. All right. So what's attracted you to this job, to apply for this job? It's a totally different line of work for you. You've been in food service and now you're talking about coming on as a certified nursing assistant on our unit. So what's attracted you to that?
So what attracts me is I really enjoy helping people. And it seems like a much better work opportunity than being in a grill at McDonald's.
I would probably tend to agree with that. Zeke, can you tell me about your attendance? How many days do you think you missed work in the last 6 months?
In the last 6 months, probably only a day.
Okay, not bad.
I always make sure to bring a doctor's note.
So how would you, if you had to describe your work ethic in one word, what would it be?
I kind of want to say 2 words, above and beyond. That's actually 3. I can count.
And dependable, are you dependable? Do you show up to work on time?
I'm usually a couple minutes early. I really dislike being late because I dislike other people coming in late.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm always willing to come in extra, work an extra day a week, extra couple hours at the end of my shift, because everybody likes overtime.
Okay. Zeke, can you tell me about one time that you had a dispute with one of your coworkers or a boss, and how did you handle that?
I actually had a dispute today with one of my managers. Like I said, I'm not a manager, but I kind of act like one to make sure everything's done correctly. Well, I had a manager tell me to stop acting like a manager because I'm not one. What was the question again?
That was a good answer. So as you can see, I'm just asking questions to kind of draw out information that I need to know whether or not Zeke is the kind of person that I want on my team. He's obviously a leader. He's obviously cute, smart, and he loves his mom. So yes, I would hire this young man. The end.